Let's talk about Siaki Ika, and that was a guy. I know you wrote an article. Take us through an article with this, and then I'll tell you kind of what I had thought before and after the pick.
Yeah, well, earlier that day, me and you were talking about staying away from Ika, and then sure enough, that was the selection. And it's just because he was a downtrending player. Once again, like Tillman, if you look at his 2021 tape, you can see where they would be excited. But it feels like a reach when you look at who's on the board. You look at Adebawore still out there, as an impact defensive tackle / someone who can just be like a movable piece. But they obviously had a type they were after. They were after a big space eater. And that's what you get with Ika. I mean, the 335's generous. I'm guessing that's probably north of 350 most of the time. I think that was a trimmed down version just to get on the scale. But, he's good in short area. He was asked to control 2 gaps at Baylor. In the pros, he's only going to be in charge of 1, so we'll see if that changes his projection. But he wasn't a physical tester. And like I said, his tape in 2022 was down from 2021, even though he had the respect of his peers and the other coaches in the league, because he was still first team Big 12, So there's upside there. The one thing I walked away from was, I said this, if I just knew that Schwartz was pounding the table to get Ika, I would probably feel different about the pick at the time. Well, it turns out that's exactly what happened. That's who he wanted, And if you have a vision for him, by all means, I'm going to defer to Jim Schwartz and let him work his magic.
That was my reaction too. When I saw the interaction with Ika and Schwartz draft night, I'm like, okay, if Jim Schwartz wants him in this defense, go get him for Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, far be it from me to disapprove of someone Jim Schwartz wants. That's for sure.